thank you for coming back. This is Sandra of Life Over 60. By the time you have lived as long as we have lived, we've put a lot of events, we've had a lot of living behind us. And a lot of those memories are so different from the memories of our grandchildren and even the memories of our children. I've had so many people ask me about writing. Oh, I love to write, but where do I start? And oh, I don't know if I can do it. Well, you can. Everybody can write. I know that I started out on a word processor years ago before they had computers. But now it's so easy with a computer just to sit down and write. Or if you want to do it longhand, that's fine too. But if each of us would sit down every day and just spend 10 or 15 minutes in the morning to write, by the end of the year, you would either have a full memoir or a novel completely written. But I think one of the best gifts that you could give your children and your grandchildren would be to write a memoir, to write about your life. Because we have lived through wars, we have lived through great economic boom. We have lived through a time where you felt safe, different kind of dancing, different kind of music. So all of the things that we have experienced will fade away if we don't put it down in a record and write about it. I would like to leave for my children memories that I had with my grandparents, memories that I had getting my first car, my first job, and how wonderful it was and how safe I felt. We didn't lock our doors. Everyone seemed to have a job, and there was a certain kindness that was present when I was growing up. I remember that if I found anything that didn't belong to me, a wallet or something else that didn't belong to me, I would never think about keeping it. I would be sure to try to get the rightful owner. I would either take it to our local police station, or I would ask my neighbors and ask around if anything belonged to them. It seems today that there are different morals. People have different standards, and I just don't know what has happened to us in this country. But I would like to cherish the memories that I have when I was growing up, and you too. This is the best thing that you could do. So buy a diary or just sit down with paper and pen in hand, and every day just spend a few moments writing your thoughts. And if you're not inspired, do it once a week. But whenever you do get inspired, sit down and write about your life, about your childhood, and all of the moments that happened to you when you were growing up, through your early years in high school, perhaps if you went to college, when you got married, and memories about your children, perhaps that they were not aware of, that they've forgotten. But it's a wonderful gift to give them on their birthdays or any holiday, is a complete diary of your life, so that even your grandchildren's children will have a record of what the time period was in the 40s and 50s and 60s and even in the 70s. It won't be that difficult if you just discipline yourself to write. Perhaps, as I said, you don't have to do it every day. It's perfect if you do it every day. But even once a week, to sit down and put your thoughts on paper. And it's a wonderful feeling for me, because I know whenever I write in my blog, I write about my memories about my childhood and visiting my grandparents and what it was like to live during the air raids in Washington, D.C., during the war when I was really, really very young. But I still have those memories of sitting down and listening to Charlie MacArthur on the radio, and the Green Hornet and all Dick Tracy and all of those things on the radio with my brother. But that time has passed. That era will never be here again. So while it's still fresh in your mind, put it down on paper so that other generations in your family will have a record of what it was growing up in our lifetime. Thank you for coming today. It's just a little short chat, but I had that on my mind because I've had so many people ask me about writing. And it's not that hard to put down your memories, and I'm sure that you'll be able to chronicle a very interesting and put together a very interesting book that your children and grandchildren will cherish forever. Have a great day, and I hope to see you again soon. Life over 50 can be the best years of our lives, and that's the truth.
Seems clear.